Federico Chiesa was one of the most exciting wingers in Europe not long ago. A Euro 2020 hero, a game changer at Juventus, and a player once chased by some of Europe's biggest clubs. When Liverpool signed him in the summer of 2024 for £10 million and 2.5 million in add-ons, it looked like a masterstroke, a low-risk, high-reward move for a player with proven pedigree. But less than a year later, and it already feels like the story is coming to an end. He's barely played, struggled with injuries, and seems to be completely out of Arne Slot's plans. For a player of his reputation, that is a dramatic fall. So what went wrong? Why did Liverpool bother to sign him? Was he ever a good fit for Slot's system? And is it already time for Chiesa to head back to Italy? Let's dive into it. The signing of Chiesa came at an interesting moment in Liverpool's evolution. Arne Slot had just taken over from Jurgen Klopp. The club was shifting stylistically, but there was still a need for depth and experience in the attack. At the beginning of the season, Mohamed Salah was entering into the final year of his contract, and there were rumours that he could potentially be on the move come the end of the season. Luis Diaz and Diogo Jota had struggled with consistency and fitness. This is where Chiesa was supposed to come in. He was available at a cut price fee, largely because Juventus were eager to trim their wage bill and move on from players with uncertain fitness profiles. For Liverpool, they saw it as a low-risk gamble on a player who, at his peak, was one of the most electrifying wingers in Europe. He brought directness, 1v1 ability, and a mentality shaped by big moments. We all remember his Euro 2020 heroics, scoring in big games, crucial goals against Austria, against Spain, and helping Italy to win the title. Slot had reportedly approved the move. On paper, Chiesa offered tactical flexibility, able to play on either wing or even as a second striker. He was seen as a squad piece who can inject pace and unpredictability when needed. But as the season played out, that vision never became a reality. From the moment Chiesa arrived at Anfield, there were doubts about his ability to stay fit, and unfortunately, those fears were quickly confirmed. Chiesa's injury history has been well documented. Since his ACL rupture in early 2022, he's never quite looked the same. As you guys can see, and you can check it out on Transfer Market yourselves, at Juventus he missed chunks of multiple seasons with soft tissue injuries, muscle strains, and repeated recovery setbacks. And it was more of the same at Liverpool. Within the first few weeks, Chiesa picked up a minor knock in training that delayed his pre-season. Then came a hamstring issue in October, followed by a muscle flare-up around January. Each time he looked closer to returning, something else slowed him down. The tragedy for Chiesa is that the raw talent is still there, but his body just wasn't really allowing him to show it. And with that, the rhythm of the pace of the Premier League, he couldn't really get up to it whilst he was at Liverpool. Tactically for Chiesa, there was also a bigger problem. He didn't quite fit what Arne Slot wanted from his wide players. Slot's system is built around structure, control, and pressing discipline. Did the same at Feyenoord, where his wingers were constantly rotating positions, interchanging with fullbacks and pressing with purpose. Think Luis Diaz or Cody Gakpo, players who operate with a high work rate and have some level of positional awareness. Chiesa, he's kind of the opposite. He's instinctive, he thrives in chaos, he loves to isolate defenders, drift into central areas and take risks on the ball. And Slot, he prefers predictability. According to reports, Liverpool staff were a little bit concerned about Chiesa's lack of tactical discipline. He often pressed out of sync, held onto the ball too long, and struggled with defensive positioning. He wasn't trusted in big games, and his limited number of minutes reflected that. So even when he was fit, he wasn't favoured, not because of attitude or his work ethic, but because the system just didn't suit him. According to multiple reports, including This Is Anfield, Chiesa is now in advanced talks, apparently, with a return to Serie A. Napoli, Roma, AC Milan are all clubs vying for his signature and a summer move. For Chiesa, a return to Italy might be exactly what he needs. Serie A's tactical tempo, familiar surroundings, and lower physical demands could help him rebuild his confidence and his body. In Italy, he'll be viewed not as a failed Liverpool player, but as a returning hero with something to prove. If he finds the right club, the right manager, and can stay fit, he can still be a force. But time is running out to rediscover that version of himself. Federico Chiesa's time at Liverpool may have been short, but it reveals so much about modern football. The razor-thin margins, the pressure to deliver instantly, and how even a world-class talent can become a squad player afterthought if the fit just isn't right. For Liverpool, this wasn't a huge financial loss, but it was a reminder that reputation and price don't always translate to success. For Chiesa, this season might feel like a failure, but it could also be the turning point. If he makes the right move, stays healthy, and finds a system that lets him be himself again, there's still a second act waiting. But what do you guys think in the comment section? Was Chiesa given a fair shot? Should he just stay in the Premier League, or is it time to go home? Let me know in the comment section, and if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more deep dives from around the football world. I'll catch you guys in a bit. Peace.